Hi there, everyone. Sorry it's been a while. I've been busy with real life and moving around. But we're going to continue on here with at least the next volume that's come through. I've got a couple stacked up actually, so I guess hopefully I'll have enough time this next week to shoot out a flurry of episodes. But for this one, we got issue 4 and 5 coming up. And here's what we have between rounds 1 through 3. Volumes 1 to 3. We have the turret, most of the big parts of the turret put together, along with the solenoid that will show the kickback, as well as some of the wiring underneath here. I'll put that in the side for now. And we'll go over what this package brought together. 4, and we have volume 5 over here. Okay, to add to that, we've got some pieces. I'm not sure. They came in the same box, so I'm not quite sure which pieces came with which, but here's one set of pieces. And the second volume was rather modest with just 2 over here. So that's what we got going so far here. We did get a couple of our promos that we're waiting for. And the first promo we got is this case that holds parts. It just looks like a regular toolbox, honestly. Something you can probably get at a 100 yen store here in Japan, but it has the Girls on Panzer logo just slapped on top, and they call it a special edition thing. So cool. If you're into that and you want one of these things, I guess you can subscribe to it, but I'm not really looking forward to that. And give me a sec while I open this thing. It's a metal plate about the size of A4. It has all 5 characters in there. Yeah, and if I flip it over, nothing special about the backside, but it is full metal. And if you're a big fan of the series, it's kind of nice to have. Looks like pretty good quality. Maybe A4 size, so pretty nice there. That's kind of an overview of what we got in the box. I think I'm just going to get started into building, and we can go over the content. Alright, here we are with the magazine, and let's get started building. First, we got the magazine cover, really simple, backside of the Panzer IV, and I think they're going to start reusing these pictures pretty soon, so I'm going to probably be able to save some time instead of checking out each cover picture. So again, here are the 2 premium items that we received. I don't need to say it's one, this metal plate here, as well as this spare parts box. And man, the spare parts box is really nothing special. It just has the label on top of a probably 100 yen plastic container. Then last week, of course, or last month, we of course received the acrylic stand for the Anko team. So here we go. Here's the cover page again. And I think this time around, we're just going to get started with the building right away. So it looks like we'll be putting the cupola on, as well as 2 wheels. So I guess in an interesting way, we may be building wheels every 2 weeks or so, and eventually, when it comes time to put in that part of the chassis, I guess we'll have all the wheels we need after putting them together over time. And it looks like we got some electronic parts here, a AA battery box with a switchboard, and maybe this is to activate the solenoid, and we will see. It looks like a couple of different things hook up here, so it may be in charge of a lot of different things. So, without further ado, I guess we can get started. I guess we're going to start off here with the top part of the cupola, as well as putting in some magnets, it seems. And last week we did put in some magnets for the other side that's on the main turret. So I guess this part will be removable, which is really nice. So here's a quick look at what the parts are for this week. I've gotten all those layers taken off. As you can see, parts for 2 wheels, parts for the cupola, as well as a switchboard and a battery pack, as well as 4 magnets. And it looks like the battery pack will just run 2 AA's, and we'll get started here. So give me 1 second. As you can see, we've got 4 holes here, and each one of those holes is going to receive a wondrously small magnet, is what it seems. So I'm going to struggle with that and get those in there. All right. By the grace of God, I've gotten all 4 of those magnets in there. I'm wondering if they're magnets or just metal pieces so that the magnets on the other side can just stick. All right, moving along. Next step is to get this piece in here, and it looks like there are notches to line up here. They go in like that and like that. And if we can line this up properly, it fits in just like that. It'll be 1/2 of the cupola, which I then believe the next half will go on top of that, and there may be a notch of some sort. I'm not sure, but oh, there we go. It's the other side. I'm backwards. There's a notch hole. Maybe it goes in like that. and we'll have a nice part of the cupola put together. Alright, that worked out pretty well. So as you can see, it all fits in like this, and with the notches here, everything just pops in right nice and easy. Next part is going to be the last top part of this cupola, and I believe, let's see if we can get this to focus, a couple of notches here. There's one, and I believe they're going to fit in on top of here, so there's only one way this fits, and there's a notch point up there, and I believe it will do something like this. If I can see properly. Yeah, just like that. And then this will go in like this, and lastly, at the very last, the door to the cupola. And this will be actuating because it's just a pop-in with notches here, as you can see on both sides. Like that. So I'll be able to open and close this as well. So I'll get those pieces in and get right back to you. And here we go. So that's pretty much the cupola all put together now. So it's all there. As you can see, this door is just a plastic here. And one criticism I have, it's not such a flush fit, so it just kind of flaps around in here. I don't think it's coming off, but at the same time, it's kind of not the best thing I've seen in this kit so far. It's wiggly, but it's probably not a good idea because everything's not dry yet, but I guess we can try. I'll just put it on, just leave it there, I guess. This is backwards. So as you can see, last time we put in these 4 magnets here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently they line up with the pieces we put in over here. So this will eventually be removable, and it actually snaps in. Okay, I guess. I'm not sure. It's not as clear of a fit as I expected. There's no cables in the way. Oh, there we go. She's in. All right, nice. And there we go. We've got the cupola put in. And the next thing we're going to do are these funny wheels here. So I'll get that set up, but for now, we're getting there. Less holes and more details. All right, so there are 2 wheels along with the completed cupola, with the door being able to be opened, and that roof is magnetic as well, which is nice. Maybe I'll reveal more of the interior from the outside. And lastly, maybe I'll do this one live, but we have, well, maybe not. I'm going to have to grab some batteries. But we have a AA battery pack. Looks like it fits 4 AA batteries with the power connector. And we have a little switchboard here. So I'm going to go grab a couple of 4 AA batteries and see if I can get this hooked up. Alright, so to go over this, here are the instructions. So here we got the this little switchboard here. Here's a button. I guess that button's probably going to activate the solenoid, perhaps, and maybe a few other things. So it looks like the battery box is going to be routed through here, and then the solenoid itself from the turret will be routed right next to it, and there's the button. So I guess maybe I have a feeling that this is just for keeping your motivation up, because we do have, what, like 96 weeks to go. So they kind of throw in something cool. Because it doesn't look like, if you look at the bottom here, it doesn't look like they have a place for you to put the battery pack or the switchboard yet. It's just kind of like, hey, hook it up and mess with the solenoid. And here are some wheels. And now I know why. I thought about it, but I think I know why these wheels, why we're being made to make these wheels over time. And I think it's to make use of that spare parts box. Honestly, it's like intentional use of the box going out of their way. So it's kind of funny. I think it's unnecessary, but hey, I guess everything has to be built at one point, right? So why not have other parts built, or other parts of the tank being built alongside other parts, I guess. But I did get the battery pack. I did dig out 4 AA batteries. Here's the battery pack. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's the thing. Maybe I'll try to do this live. It's hard to look at the camera and do it at the same time. But just like the diagram shows, here's the board itself. The battery pack will go here, and the solenoid will go here. And let's just try to do that. So let's bring this tank head a little bit closer and take this knot off of here. So yeah, let's get the battery pack in there first. Works just like a computer if you're used to building computers. Nice, it snaps right in. And here we go, moment of truth, right? We're gonna get this in here, and as you can see, these kind of thread in really nicely here, which is nice. Oh, I accidentally pressed it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Here we go, for motivation. I'll hold the turret up. I guess it's pretty cool. I like the chink sound at the end too. Maybe speakers will be put in after, which should give the sound of the actual gun. But for now, here's a solenoid in action. So very cool, very easy. The button just presses really nicely. I guess... No, I was thinking this could be something that's put into the actual remote control, but this thing is wired directly to the turret itself, which means, and this battery pack is too big to put into the remote control, so I'm kind of curious as to why there's a button that's going to be somewhere inside the tank. I mean, if this is mounted turret, you're going to have to take off the turret to press this button, so maybe it's kind of just a testing thing, or just for fun. But there's no way that this thing fits into the remote control. Or maybe it does, and we're just hooking up to an external power supply to test stuff. But we're not there yet. I can't tell you exactly what's happening. But this is through 4 volumes of the Build a Panzer IV. And we're up to this point. Everything's coming together. So I guess next we can go over some of the end pages of the book for those that are into the lore and maybe some of the contents in the magazine. And I'll just clean up and maybe try to get the 5th volume done right away. We'll see. All right, here we go with volume 5. And as you can see, it's the same cover as volume 1. So nothing new here. Looks like we're building that backside of the turret there, just like we mentioned in the last volume. And we're going to have a little bit more history lesson, as well as another character, maybe interview. So let's get started. I think these, now that we're into the mood of things and we're into the routine, these magazines no longer waste time jumping right into the gist of it and building it. So this wonderful 2,500 yen, if you convert to US dollars in today's crazy exchange rate of 150 yen to one US dollar, it's somewhere a little bit less than 20 bucks. And we got 2 pieces and 5 screws out of that. So I guess these are the ones that they make their money on. Anyway, so getting into this, we're building that backside, and it doesn't look like we need any glue today, which is really nice this time around. So it looks like we only use 4 screws. They give us 1 extra, just in case, I guess, we lose it or mess up somehow. Yeah, let's get right into it. I'll put this down for a sec, and again, here's what we have so far. I'm loving pressing the solenoid button. It's really dumb, but it's my monkey brain saying press button for effect. In any case, here we go. Here's the 2 pieces. Where are them screws? They're probably in this bag over here. So I'll open this up and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. As you can see, I've got these screws scattered around here. Here are 2 wonderful pieces. Here's this and this. As we can see, there are your holes. Try to give you a good view of the holes. This will come in here just like this. And you can see the holes light up really nicely. It's made me really happy. These non-gluing sessions are really easy. So I'll screw this in here. It looks like a screw goes in here and one below it over here. Just 2 screws for this round. And we'll get into the next step. I think the last 2 screws will be to fasten this piece to the back of the turret over there. So I'll be right back once I get this screwed in. All right, I'm back, and we've got those 2 screws in there, 1 and 2. So that was very easy, only took a couple of seconds. And it looks like the last step is to use 2 more screws and to fasten this into the back end of the turret. So as I looked at the instructions here, let's move this a little bit closer and drag that chain battery of it with it. I believe that it's just going to come in something like this. And as we can see, the holes line up very nicely, and it will just go in like that. And then we'll have the end of volume 5. So I'll go ahead and put that in and then show you the final result. Well, there you have it. We got that piece back in there, and I showed a time lapse of it, but that wasn't very easy. And I feel like that might have been better screws and glue, but it's in there now. But there you go. That back piece is there, and you know, volume 4 had this coupler portion, volume 5 this back portion, and also as a part of volume 4 we have the really cool effect of finally getting that solenoid in there with this 4 AA battery pack and this switchboard with the button that allows us to activate the gunfire with feedback. So there we go. That's how we're looking after 5 volumes. We've got 95 to go. I do have the packages for volumes through 10, and I'm playing catch up right now. So that'll be a separate video. I think we'll try to do 2 or 3 for the next one and finish up through 10 in the third video. And but we're not done with this week yet. I'm going to show the next couple of pages, some history as well as the character interview, and we'll wrap it up for today. Alright, so it looks like it started off with an episode guide here, so Dai Sanwa, which is the third episode, Shiai Yarimasu. Okay, so let's have a match, or let's do a match in verbatim. But here is some of the content. If you want to take a screenshot, run it through a translator, be my guest. It's outside the scope of these videos to go through all of this content, and I could do a translation if people want to, but for now I kind of want to focus on just the building of the tank, because honestly, as much as I thought the story was cool, this is my favorite tank of all time, and I'm more stoked over this than the story. I'm more stoked about actually putting together a 12th scale remote controlled Panzer IV. So here we're talking about the intercom, and I guess this is how they use the intercom via their via their headphones. And there you go, Panzer IV without the skirts. And they use intercom, and this intercom, these headphones pop up in the series quite a bit. It's a small detail that I really appreciate there. And Shanai communication, Appu, so how to improve communications within the tank. Need to enunciate, just may stretch out my lips the way Jack Black does in School of Rock. Oh yeah, I'll have to read this in detail later because Mako is my favorite character in the series. So here's a cast interview. Mako's voice actor, Iguchi Yuka. Here's some of the contents of the interview. You can take a still frame there and take a look at your own time. And a couple of scenes that she's in, along with more content. It looks like this interview took place 2023 in October. So maybe you can still frame, move back here so I can get the whole thing in frame here. All right. What was her favorite battle? And I remember that this was in maybe, I wonder if this is the one in one of the movies. But they fought the Japanese school in the forest. And I thought that, although it was very historically inaccurate, I thought it was pretty fun. And I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. Alright, here's more of the character bio of Mako. And that's her profile. She's 144 centimeters, which, even by Japan standards, very short. I don't think I know anyone that's 144. I know a few. I think my wife's younger sister is around 148 or 149. But 144? Dang, I didn't know she was that short. But anyway, maybe that's part of her charm. Here are some character designs. Not seeing a swimsuit model this time, which I'm totally for. And here we go. We got the Panzer IV version D. This is with more of the anti-infantry gun, so it doesn't have that long 75 millimeter. I believe it was a 75 millimeter on the model we're building now. So this is more of a infantry support unit. I do like that German gray though. That's a really nice color. I might like the German gray more than the mustard. And here are some more specs on the tank. It's only 20 tons. And that's that. So, looking forward, we'll be having volume 6 coming up. I might do it later today. Take a little bit to get the video up anyway, but do know that we're continuing strong. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments or give me a message. And yeah, I'll try to make things more interesting going forward, though. I hope you guys enjoyed that.